Hi, Jack.
Okay.
You're a member of the gallery. Can you tell people your name and how you started painting?
Okay, I'm Jack O'Rourke, and I live down the way here in Manchester. And I mostly do watercolor, acrylic once in a while. I started watercolor painting years and years ago, in my travels as an engineer. I have a lot of work that I've done overseas and whatnot. But here, when I came to the North Coast, I kind of focused on, for several years, on life drawing sessions that we had in Gualala. So you see a lot of these life drawing from that era. And these seem to work out well. A lot of the plein air paintings and all that I've done, they sold more than life drawing ones and all, but I enjoy these figure drawings. Okay, so first one is typical with I do sort of like for a shading. First go around on just get the flesh tones and all, and then do shading and all, and leave highlights. That's kind of my style, and a little background on it. This is a young woman that was traveling with a bunch of her friends. Some of these people are very interesting. They all shared some lodging near here, and they were on their way up to the northwest. So Yvonne, this model, made a good figure study from her. Shading worked out very well and all. I wanted a little bit more atmosphere in this drawing, so I tried some of the expressionism stuff there with the washes and charcoal work and all. I thought it worked out pretty well.
Oh, I see that. It's lovely.
This is from my travels in Peru. This young girl fascinated me. She's you can't really see her too close, but her face was like, I don't know, so amused, like sort of thing. She's just a very young girl, and in between caring for her sheep and so forth, you can see that they make good use of their time. She's gathering firewood for her home, for her family. This one kind of got intrigued with there's a proportioning study for artwork. It's called the divine proportions. And you can adjust, if you want to see, you have an idea in mind, a composition, you can set a spiral network on it to bring the eye around to the final focus and all. And I did that, and I decided, it looked kind of interesting. So I left the spiral in there after I did the painting.
Nice.
And she had, this was only one of the tattoos she had, but I thought that was enough. She's very adventurous, sort of a young woman. This one, I was really intrigued with this fellow's biblical proportions of his beard. So I thought the first thing that came to mind was, this is a good Elijah there, good prophet. So that's what I did with the theme on the thing, and then you see the messenger in the background. So I wanted to get that real out of the way of the actual subject and all. I think that worked fairly well.
Fascinating.
On this one, when I first finished this drawing, it had a lot more highlights on the woman, and overall, and left some white spaces here and there. Overall, it was a little bit too bright for what I thought was the theme. Just a woman that maybe contemplating whether she's of interest, her bow of interest, what he sees in her and all, just reflecting on that. And so it wasn't contemplative enough. So I went back and changed it several times, and it got darker. But it's still, at this point, I stopped and thought it did what I wanted it to.
Nice.
This is a rather startling young man from the foothills. He had that tattoo on his chest and all. I thought, wow, it's sort of very dramatic. Jesus, it says, you know. So it came out very well as a model for the painting, and I introduced a small incense lamp just to develop the theme a little bit more. Okay.
There's the tattoo.
This was a woman who was very attractive. At first, this was just going to be a sketch and all. I was trying to capture her features and all, but I became intrigued with it and developed it more. And I thought it worked out very well and all. And I think the way 3D modeling and all came out really good. So I made it a full-fledged painting.
Mm.
This is actually he was one of our life drawing artists. He had a great build, very muscular guy. And we used to actually do some of our sessions at his home up on one of these old co-ops from the 70s, where everyone had a little cabin on the hillside. But that really came out very well with the different angles of the thigh coming out and the foot receding, or sometimes it's difficult to do those things that have them come all looking good. But I thought this looked very well. Okay, it's another life drawing session and all, and the woman, she also had a lot of nice angular work there and all, and that drawing came out so well that I kept working at it, and I like this one too. I actually, for a gallery, I thought she didn't actually wear panties at all, but I put them on anyhow, so it makes it more like a person would like to maybe have the painting in the living room or something. Mm-hmm. And then there's other things like that intrigue me, some of the old machinery and vehicles that are left abandoned around here. This is an old 1929 pickup truck, just standing off, rotting away there. And I have done some other things on tractors that I've seen in the back streets and all. But and then this is in the one of the coffee houses near the railway center in Santa Rosa. Has some very outrageous signs and all, gold love and all. And then finally, I have several paintings I did of a Pomo Indian woman that came to the life drawing sessions. And in this, her dad made her a ceremonial necklace that had spiritual significance and has an eagle feathered dress and very strong features. So that I thought that came out. I had about 3 of those, and 2 of them already had sold. So I think that kind of covers a good repertoire of my
Very
work.
nice. And I can understand how your engineering skills came into this with the angles and the thought process you put into each piece. Very nice.
Okay, thanks. All right, Andrea. Welcome back again. Another good exhibit by Andrea Allen. You want to walk us through some of your pieces, Andrea? Tell us a little bit about them.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So I started doing Chinese brush painting about 30 years ago. I just stumbled across it and studied with a Chinese master for 6 years. Stopped all other styles of painting, just fell in love with this. And so I still paint very traditionally. I started out on rice paper and then taught myself how to go to ceramics about 15, 20 years ago. But I still use the same traditional brush strokes and all the traditional symbolism and techniques, but I'm using colored underglazes on the ceramic instead of watercolor. So I use a calligraphy brush, just held on the 4th finger. And unlike Western painting, where you actually paint, with Chinese brush painting, all different colors and shades of a color are loaded onto the brush at once, and then it's just one stroke. So there's no drawing ahead of time. I don't look at anything. I live with a subject in my head for a while. And so I'll just show you one. For instance, on this come with me out, going up here. On this rose, you can see
Oh, wait, no. Oh,
that
yeah.
it's loaded from light to dark, and then the brush is laid down and manipulated throughout the stroke. And that's how all of the different shades are created. And depending on how you hold the brush and depending on how much pressure you put on it, sometimes it's just point, press, lift. Sometimes it's a big swooping stroke. Sometimes it's a roll your brush around to create all the different effects. And then they are fired twice. And they hold water or wine. And again, keeping with the tradition is really important to me.
What kind of pigment is that? Is it a ceramic pigment? Or?
Well, yeah, it's, excuse me, it's colored underglazes.
Uh-huh.
And exactly what's in it, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's designed specifically for low fire, which is what this work is, low fire ceramic.
Yeah, great.
So I do everything from anything that sort of has a traditional Asian feel to it. So there's the teapots, different kinds of sushi plates and platters. And this is one of my newest things. I'm going to get closer and see the koi. This is a koi pond water fountain. And I made one for myself.
That's brilliant colors.
Yeah, which I keep in my studio, and it's just so serene when I'm painting. So it's something I really, really enjoy.
Thanks a lot, Andrea.
Thank you, Jack.
Yeah.